Edda meets Haukur. Pronouns Haukur means a hawk. Haukur, is thy name Edda? Edda Smá. They call me Edda Smá, meaning the little one. As my mother's name is also Edda, she is Edda the Ása. And thine? Haukur. I admire thy dark brown eyes, Edda. Art thou meaning, gentle hawk, that thou art taken in with a black-eyed girl? Some even fear my eye color, but my father Sámur has these eyes. Haukur, since the time I first saw thee, yes, if I may tell thee, Edda. Edda, art thou becoming a priest? That's what thou art here for, right? Haukur, I have no choice. My father has bidden. Then this would be a fornication in thoughts, so sinful in the eyes of Jesus. Is not that what they claim him to have said? But do not pluck out thy eye. I doubt if any Jesus ever said that. Some greedy man just wrote that story, invented some sayings. Take heed, Haukur. All this stuff is probably written by some men who want to rule over the lives of others, have the lust to bid and forbid to their pleasing for their egoistic purposes. This is not about what we ourselves really and naturally want and like, not about the purpose of human life. Theocracy is not any theosophy in reality, not about the purpose of life. It is a tool to rule over thoughts and actions of men. Haukur, but if thou wilt become my wife before God, and in the eyes of all men, then I shall be forgiven for my thoughts. Edda Smá, what art thou implying? Haukur, I cannot be with a woman until I marry. This is a rule. Edda Smá, and thou obeyest that? Haukur, it's a sin in the eyes of God to do that. And thou believest that? Love is not a sin. It is so natural, and it is a great good power in us. Haukur, my father is a priest. He will not allow me to introduce thee, bring thee to my home, unless thou, Edda Smá laughing, become a firmly baptized Christian. Haukur, yes, that is what I was trying to say. No immersion into water in these days, as used to be, just a little sprinkle of water on the head. Symbolic. That sprinkling is only a ceremony. If this is the only obstacle, then I do not mind. Thy father is afraid of losing his farmland. As long as you are obedient priests, the bishop will allow you to stay. Haukur, how knowest thou? Edda Smá, at first then, after the sprinkling, I shall be allowed into thy parents' house. In this way I help thy parents to stay on their farmland. We shall not let others make our choices, and that implies do not try to manipulate others. But I do not care about labels. Heathens do not label themselves. No to think the same anyway. No to agree on anything. There is nothing to quarrel about. Heathenry is completely useless as a power tool. We need not believe in gods or anything else. Belief is a very, very dangerous thing, Haukur. Do not believe. Gods do not have time for spying, Haukur. Gods preside over the flawless laws of nature. Our mystic is totally explainable and natural, even if not seen by your worldly eyes. It is the mystics of reality. Edda Smá continued. Thy father had to become a priest, or the land would be taken from you. Thou knowest that. Haukur, now he believes in the Bible, is very true to the teachings. Edda Smá, what if they find out that Edda Smá, the priest's wife-to-be, is heathen? That would be a disaster. Perhaps Icelanders will always be heathens in spite of that baptizing sprinkle. I admire thy parents. They are keeping the land. The episcopal seat owns their land now. Haukur, how knowest thou this? Edda, I read it in a book in the episcopal library room of hidden books. I pretend to be scrubbing the floors. They confiscate more and more farms. They keep a list on that. Episkopos in Greek only means an inspector. That bishop only looks after things as a Rome bids. Nothing holy about that. He keeps all in fear of himself, and he himself is in fear of losing his position. Double fear is the oppressor's share. This is the gospel of fear. That is why they need the devil as a threat, damnation as a whip, and they kill each other for power. Not lovest thou the episcopus, inspector, thou fearest him. He even wants to use his own daughter to gain power for himself. What does love mean for these men? They call theocracy from Rome evolved religion. We know what they call primitive religion. That is our forefathers' great wisdom, which they are trying to suffocate, steal what they can from it, destroy the rest. The eternal tradition, for-sidr, has nothing whatsoever to do with theocracy. Theocracy is brutality. If anything in the two looks the same, the latter, theocracy, monotheism, is a simile, a replica, but devoid of the science of Ginnungagap. Theocracy is a trap, domination hidden in something called mystic, hidden by learned jargon and flowery words. Theocracy is a device for dominance urge in the garb of something called godly, not spirituality for each individual at all. A herdsman is needed for sheep only, my friend. We are on our spiritual path towards perfection, enlightenment, Valhall, fully alive. We should not lose our self-esteem. We know that everything is possible. All our wishes and longings can be fulfilled and come true. The key is found in Odin given to Odin, myself given to myself. Odin given Odini, ég given sjálfum mér. Odin given to Odin, I given to myself, Hávamál, is performing a Valkyria, sacrificing individuality into Ginnungagap, that is, into ourselves, transcending the world of matter, and we gain the power of 9 good galdrar, charms. Valkyria is the performance of forn, sacrifice, that is, to give individual self into universal self, which is one, not two, as I am Ginnungagap, and we ourselves are all responsible for our actions. Haukur, wilt thou get baptized to Christianity and become my wife? If the quest is to understand our ancient tradition and collect everything regarding it, I shall help thee to accomplish that. Edda, a deal, but we shall not expose that. That is dangerous in these days. And I teach thee to nýsa niður. We contact our innermost divine Ginnungagap. Forn sacrifice is performing a Valkyria. That is how we sacrifice individual self into universal self, our very own consciousness. The only action which does not bind man. If thy father shall know, we tell him we are finding heaven within. He will like that.